Enter the realm of the Vikings, where tales of bravery, exploration, and conquest echo through the ages. Join us on an epic journey through the annals of history as we delve into the lives of some of the most famous Norsemen who shaped the course of history. The Viking Age, spanning from the late 8th to the 11th century, was a time of great upheaval and adventure. From their homelands in Scandinavia, the Norsemen set sail across stormy seas, embarking on daring voyages of exploration and conquest. But amid the roar of crashing waves and the clash of swords, certain figures emerged from the mists of legend, their name is etched into the annals of Viking history. Ragnar Lothbrok, in the mist-shrouded lands of Scandinavia, there lived a man whose name struck fear into the hearts of kings and warriors alike. Ragnar Lothbrok, born of humble origins, possessed a spirit that burned brighter than the fiercest of flames. From his youth, Ragnar's thirst for adventure and glory knew no bounds, driving him to seek his destiny upon the waves of the open sea. With his legendary longship, Ragnar and his band of loyal warriors embarked on daring raids that echoed across the known world. From the shores of England to the distant lands of France, Ragnar's cunning strategies and unmatched prowess in battle led him to victory after victory. But it was his audacious siege of Paris, a city thought to be impregnable, that would etch his name into the annals of history. Against overwhelming odds, Ragnar and his warriors laid siege to the mighty walls of Paris, their banners snapping in the wind as they clashed with the defenders within. For days the battle raged on, each blow struck with the force of destiny itself. But in the end, it was Ragnar's unwavering resolve and sheer determination that carried the day, as the gates of Paris fell before him, opening the way to untold riches and glory. Through cunning, bravery, and sheer force of will, Ragnar Lothbrok conquered not only cities but the hearts of men, leaving a legacy that would echo through the ages. In the frozen wilderness of the North Atlantic, there lived a man whose name would become synonymous with exploration and conquest. Eric the Red, a fierce warrior and cunning strategist, forged his destiny amidst the ice and snow of Greenland. Banished from his homeland of Iceland for manslaughter, Eric set sail into the unknown, driven by a hunger for adventure that burned like a fire in his soul. With his legendary longship and a band of hard-end warriors at his side, Eric braved the treacherous seas, battling fierce storms and treacherous currents on his quest for glory. Against all odds, Eric and his men reached the rugged shores of Greenland, a land untouched by man and teeming with untold riches. But their arrival did not go unnoticed, and soon they found themselves locked in a deadly struggle for survival against the fierce indigenous peoples who called Greenland home. Through cunning diplomacy and ferocious combat, Eric and his men emerged victorious, carving out a new home for themselves in this harsh and unforgiving land. And though their journey was fraught with peril, Eric's indomitable spirit and unwavering resolve carried them through, leaving a legacy that would endure for generations to come. Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red, embarked on a voyage of discovery that would forever change the course of history. With his legendary longship and a crew of fearless warriors, Leif set sail across the vast expanse of the North Atlantic in search of new lands to conquer and explore. Through storms and sea monsters, they braved the elements, their eyes fixed upon the horizon and the promise of adventure that lay beyond. Against all odds, Leif and his men reached the shores of Vinland, a land of endless forests and towering mountains. But their arrival did not go unnoticed, and soon they found themselves locked in a deadly struggle for survival against the indigenous peoples who called Vinland home. Through courage, cunning, and sheer force of will, Leif and his men emerged victorious. And though their journey was fraught with danger and uncertainty, Leif's unyielding determination and boundless courage carried them through, leaving a legacy that would inspire countless adventurers in the centuries to come. Harald Hardrada. Harald Hardrada, a warrior king of unmatched prowess, set his sights on the throne of England, determined to claim it as his own. With his legendary longship and a mighty army at his back, Harald launched a full-scale invasion of England, his banners snapping in the wind as he marched ever closer to his goal. From the shores of Northumbria to the fields of Yorkshire, Harold's forces swept aside all who stood in their path, their swords flashing like lightning in the darkness. But it was at the Battle of Stamford Bridge that Harold faced his greatest challenge, as the forces of King Harold Godwinson rallied to defend their homeland against the Viking invaders. In a clash that would decide the fate of a nation, Harold fought with unmatched ferocity and skill, his axe cleaving through the ranks of his enemies like a scythe through wheat. Though he fell in battle, his dreams of conquest shattered. Harold's legacy lived on in the hearts of his people, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Viking warriors who had followed him to the ends of the earth. In the frigid expanses of the north dwelt a man whose bravery and conquests would echo through the ages. Bjorn Ironside, the legendary son of Ragnar Lothbrok and Lagertha, emerged from the shadows of his parents' legacy to forge a path of glory all his own. With his legendary longship and a band of loyal warriors at his side, Bjorn set sail on a voyage of adventure and conquest that would take him to the farthest reaches of the known world. From the icy shores of the north to the sun-baked deserts of the east, Bjorn's exploits struck fear into the hearts of his enemies as he carved out a kingdom of his own amidst the chaos and strife of the Viking Age. But it was his final showdown against his most formidable foe, a warlord whose thirst for power threatened to consume the very land itself, that would test Bjorn's strength and resolve to their limits. In a battle that would be remembered for centuries to come, Bjorn fought with unmatched ferocity and skill, his blade flashing in the darkness as he struck down all who stood in his path. And though the cost of victory was high, Bjorn emerged triumphant, his name forever etched in the annals of Viking lore as one of the greatest warriors of his time. Though the era of the Vikings may have passed, their spirit of adventure and exploration continues to inspire awe and fascination to this day.